one of the most intimidating environments in all of sport. And with the war drum beating, the crowd has begun its battle cry here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from Arrowhead. He takes this nearly 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find new names, all the different models that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down. Pacheco. Down the left sideline. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 31-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him out his first 2 carries in the ball game. The ultimate speedster showing that speed in front of this home crowd. They love it.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. He got rewarded for that one. A big-time monster run.
It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Mahomes quickly complete on the line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 2. And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now Mahomes. That's caught. He takes this into the end zone for the Chiefs touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned him. And I think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Across the 25 to the 27. So out come the Rams down for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick throughout his career. He's one of the most prolific passers in the league, and his numbers are formation, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Stafford now to throw. That's incomplete to Smith. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because of zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 50, Stafford.
He decided to run a hitch right really hit him. The guy can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
43-yard line.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. To throw to Stafford. That's out the screen. This is Williams. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they like when the screen 10 to 12 times a game.
Inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in punch territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game that we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them in their game.
Back to throw, Stafford. That's caught on the right side of Smith. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Stafford's going to take inside. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
That's good for our Rams. First down. First and
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it was almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Called fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Williams will try again. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball a 3rd time, but it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And I just wonder right now, as the quarterback can play in sync, or they run by and hey, what last time? Let's keep doing it until offense, or do they go to a different section in the playbook and show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. And it's straight, it's Pacheco. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football. Here is 3rd down and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And they will take him down, but not before they reach the 50. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Here's a first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect it with his legs for that first down pickup.
First and 10, here's Pacheco. And good penetration here. He'll get this down all to about the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying at the ground game.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Pacheco gives it up the gut. And managed to pick up the whole 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Here's Mahomes to throw. The tight end, Kelsey. This is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 14. Given 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Pressure and they'll go down back at the 26-yard line. They called the corner blitz, and Roger McCreary, he got in there and earned a sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They go play action. Now Mahomes. No pressure. They got him again. Pull it forward. The one to get to him and drop it.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down. Went backwards. It's third and very long. Mahomes going to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Scared to let it fly, but he falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Butker's kick here is good. So another scoring drive here, Charles, and an early two-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. So the Rams coming back on the field, their second drive of the game. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive under the field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've got to contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
Adams the man in motion right. Play action. Stanford. And we'll take it in behind the curve. And they'll get this right past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
28-yard gain. And the Rams first down.
And this may be the one to build on right here. It's the second quarter. They've got nothing on the scoreboard as of yet. They need to put something together, and this is a good start as they get the completion there for good yardage and a first down.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Given 40 on first down. They'll set up a second and 7. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 7. Stanford. Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Now we're at a first down pickup of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's Stafford. That's caught. It's 2-2 and they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Stanford. This is caught. Touchdown. Kobe Parkinson from 3 yards out. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. Good bounce back drive right there. Through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Here coming up
for the extra point.
And they're back for the field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Chiefs 10.
So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. So return moving field position will start at the 32. The Chiefs offense set to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations. Try to ice the game, that's not the deal. Most of the time it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking. And I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, let's get a fire, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you can play zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out on your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can go big.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll drop this off to the kicker. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting and said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Kelsey, left side. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in the second half as we are about to get underway. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little bit of weaving through traffic, and now he's flying. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Pass complete there in the corner. They'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. Better in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lift their chops in order to get the big hit or play in the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. And now we're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he puts up the first as he's able to take it down the 7-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
They'll run here with Corum. He's going to take this one for the Rams touchdown. Blake Corum, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrusted him to work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Now for the point after.
For the extra point.
And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, it's offense. They've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth. It's a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Now a 2nd and 6. Mahomes now to throw. Nice. And again down the line before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing down is Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Logan. Only able to get a couple there. And that will bring up 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Again, they'll throw in the Mahomes. To his running back, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for our offense.
They'll try to pick it up, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard. But more importantly, it leads to fourth down. He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here's Gibbs trying it. That's complete. And now they take him down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. That's into the hands of Ryan once again. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. And he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
We'll check this one down with the checker. Another gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now it's Mahomes again. They'll set the screen with the checker. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And that is caught for a touchdown, Kansas City. Now Xavier Worthy with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turn that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Now after the touchdown, here's Bucker on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of 25. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fight and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They
28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Stafford. It's complete. And they get him down, but now the Ford takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
13 yards. First down, Rams.
Now Stafford. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Stafford now to throw. It's out of bounds. Now he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll give a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Stafford looks to throw again. Working the middle of the field, he's got him incomplete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Rams first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. Goes right back to Smith again. And they'll break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
10 yards.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now, we all know that an offense coordinator and quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Again, it's Williams. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right of the yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Line of scrimmage, the 9, 2nd and about a yard. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners with great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. That is going to take the try for a Rams touchdown. Cody Parkinson, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'll go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A 10-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Well, this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. They're taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. So we've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be enough.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Looking to throw, it's Mahomes. And that throws to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bounding him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And we'll find the open man. That's complete. This is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 25-yard line. A gain of 22.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. It's into the hands of Ruben. This one is stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 16-yard line.
Now a second and 2. Mahomes to throw once more. It's Kelsey on the ground. Well, the Chiefs are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here's first and goal. Now here's Mahomes. Through the end zone, knocked around, incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield with man coverage and make a grab quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Now they'll take it on. Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth.
Nothing like understanding where your escape patches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Tucker now to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a train run game. So then with an 8-play drive, it spans 75 yards. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. for the touchdown. Here's Bucker on to kick it away. And how about this return? I knew I broke that for one, but as it is, still good return. Let's start the drive right into 37. The Rams offense and running back Kyron Williams getting ready for their next possession. Will come up, 1st and 10 here. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
A gain of 33 yards on the play.
So it's Rams football here as we get your reset. They'll come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They give it to Williams right away. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Here comes 2nd down. They run it again with Williams. And they'll go down at the 26 for a gain of 6. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Stafford now throw. That's off the screen. This is Williams. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32.
I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And down inside the 15, shy of 10. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
19 yards. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Now Stafford. It's Smith. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
Now 1st and goal. Williams. He's going nowhere to hurry as he's going to lose yardage here in a big way. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Stafford. And he's got it.
The next teammate needs to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds of a PAT
for it. Go for two.
Are going for it on the road. Want to win it right now?
Well, win it right now. Have the momentum. Go ahead and get it done.
So now this will be, in all likelihood, to force overtime. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. And now they're going to go for two and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. They're going to try and run for it. And he's going to come up short. The two-point conversion attempt does not work. And as a result, it's going to cost them the ball game. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining though now. This one just goes over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try to get the ball on the outside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now, this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.